All right, cool. The time is exactly 20 minutes past off 9 o'clock, man. Time is moving real fast. Too quickly. So I just got to deliver you some wisdom from the Bogart man once said. So good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Right. Today I got an exciting one, man. Speaking about, the state of mind. Don't shrink yourself to fit into places you have outgrown. You feel that. I'm not quite sure if you do, because sometimes we demoralize just to stay comfy in our jobs or friendship, or just a mindset that a particular one. But you need to step into your growth. You know what I mean? Get out of the comfort zone a little bit, and think outside the box.
Always think outside the box. It's so important to leave your comfort and don't be complacent and scared. If something is dimming your light and it no longer serves you like that, and not even per se to serve you, but it's no longer good for you, step out of it. Don't hold yourself back.
And it's always like that, eh? It's always like that, and those are always the things that always grab people, and I don't know why people do that.
I mean, when you look at your life, there are things that you've outgrown. I know I've outgrown a few things. There are things where I realize that, for where I am, I've outgrown certain situations. I've outgrown certain relationships, especially when you realize that, no, I can't stay in a relationship like this. I've got to move. I've got to outgrow this, so it's something that happens. Growth is amazing. It's scary, but it's amazing.
And it's funny, I was speaking to one of my colleagues yesterday. They were running like a printing business company, and then he was like, I left that for my partners because it was too much for him. He was like, you know what, I just didn't like what was going on, and I felt like I'd outgrown it. And he left the business to them. He sold it to them, kind of like. Yeah. And it's just got me thinking, like, yeah, man. I mean, if it's time, it's time.
If it's time to move, it's time to move.
And you shouldn't feel bad about it.
No. You definitely shouldn't feel bad about it. I mean, for my personal experience, I once dated someone who was just not for me being in the industry. Whether it's music, whether it's radio, So now imagine if I stayed there, would I be here today? I'm just asking.
Yeah, that was going to be a difficult one.
It was going to be so challenging. Someone would complain about maybe me doing some studio time or whatever, So imagine,
they got all sorts of things in their minds.
They have all sorts of things, like you're just hanging out with people there in the studio. What are you guys doing? And you want to be on these things. You guys are chilling, and that's not the case. So it's okay to outgrow people.
It's crazy,
it happens.
Yeah. So it's like you got bigger dreams, you got a bigger vision, and
exactly.
It is what it is.
It is what it is. Go for what's yours and grab it, and don't let anyone dim your light. We can all shine brightly.
Exactly, man. All right, cool. When we come back, we're definitely going to link you up with some Did You Know facts. Good morning. 25 minutes past our 9 o'clock right here on the Bogart Morning Show. If you haven't downloaded the Bogart Radio app, please go ahead and download it. Let's have a chat on the morning tab as well, man. And I got something crazy for you. Something real crazy. And it's always this facts that goes by the name of Did You Know That? So today we got a dress code. So the dress code used to be written in law. Right, let me explain a little bit about that. So long before sneakers, in the club, was a thing, the government literally had laws telling people, what they could wear and what they couldn't wear. These were called sanctuary laws. Yes, it was a real thing, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah, dress code, if you didn't follow it, real consequences.
Like serious consequences for that. So it's like, was it a thing to keep people in place?
Yes.
Or
Know your place.
Know your place,
Tapa. Know your place.
Man.
That's all it was, you know what I mean? To identify who got the money and who doesn't have the money. Who's got the bling or who doesn't have the bling.
I wonder what would happen if I was, caught wearing something I shouldn't be wearing. Like, do they take it off immediately? Do they,
Dungeon.
Yeah,
dungeon
vibes, right? Like, hey, you're arrested.
So literally. So in the ancient Rome and the Elizabeth in England as well, your outfit had to reflect your social class.
That's not fair.
That's some.
They're like, we know you don't have it like that. We know you broke. Why are you wearing Bogart?
It was like imagine.
There's some real segregation happening there.
Man, that is not fair. I mean, there's a saying that you don't dress according to where you are. You dress according to where you're going. So now imagine, I take my last couple of cents and I get myself something, from Bogart, something beautiful.
You can't do that.
Just to be told that, nah. No,
you can't do that.
This is not your tax bracket.
So things like velvet, silk, or the color purple, to be specifically, were reserved for royalties and nobility. Yeah, I think I remember. I think we spoke about it last week when we were talking about color purple, especially. Was it in China, where you couldn't wear it? No, it's actually
It was in
everywhere.
Europe,
It was in Europe.
everywhere. Because before, the only
everywhere.
way you could get the color purple was to crush a specific type of sea snail.
Oh,
And then you'd get,
Yeah.
they'd like create the purple dye.
purple
So it was very
okay.
expensive
To
So
make.
you couldn't just wear
Just
purple
wear
and
it.
J. You're like, who are you?
J.
That you're here wearing purple.
Ew.
We don't know you.
So
Yeah.
you could literally get fined or arrested. No,
Yeah.
no, that's crazy. That is something that's crazy. No way.
Yeah, it is, man. And it's actually quite hectic what it is. But yeah, it is what it is, man. Right, the time is exactly 27 minutes past the hour of 9 o'clock. When we come back, we're definitely going to head over to Sports with Robs. Thoughts. I had something which has been in my mind since yesterday. So I'm walking in Melville, that area. Yes, it still exists, by the way. It's almost like Maboneng, but like Maboneng back then. That's that's the feeling that you get there.
Yeah.
I don't know if you guys have
Melville's
like
cleaner.
chilling in Maboneng back then. Not in your time, Feroz, like back then. Your time. It's kind of like, peace and quiet. Because Maboneng is not peace and quiet anymore, guys.
Nah.
It's no longer that. It's like literally. It's something else, and I'm partly responsible, but we'll get the story for another day. So, no, I am really, but you know what's bizarre that I saw yesterday? So I saw this motorbike guy. He was carrying this other girl. I'm like, oh, okay, cute. Oh no, you know what I mean? And then the motorbike stopped. I think it didn't want to start.
Yeah.
So it's kind of like a hill that side, those ends. It's kind of like a hill area, So then we started making jokes like, no, this is the part where she also comes. You guys start to push the motorbike. Then someone's like, no, this is Uber. I'm like, what do you mean it's Uber?
My goodness.
I'm like, it's Uber. I'm like, what do you mean it's Uber? It's a motorbike. Because I know if it's Uber, it's
Bajaj. Why are we not using a Bajaj? Isn't that
Yeah,
how you bought the Bajaj?
Like it doesn't even
So
look
co-
safe. Like that
Exactly.
Bajaj on its own.
yeah,
it
the
just
Bajaj
scares
doesn't
me.
even look safe. Of which I'm yet to have an experience in a Bajaj, by the way. I haven't been there, but I've been
Same.
counting on it. Yeah, maybe we should take
Same.
one ride.
We
Eh?
should just take a ride and
Bajaj.
see.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Trust me, you don't want to be in that thing.
But we need the experience, bro.
Ronnie, my head
Bro.
was hitting the top of the seat of that Bajaj car. I was literally cramped up in that car. And the person that ordered the Bajaj for me did it purposely, just so they
Just
could
so
prove-
that-
just so they
Just
could- you know,
Just so
Rob,
they can put
Rob's hates
the
Bajaj.
Bogart man
The
inside
Bogart
that
man
Bajaj.
used to be in that Bajaj. So literally, as I'm sitting there, my head is sticking out the window, and the guy's going on 60 kilometers an hour on the freeway. I'm like, Chief, you can't go any faster than this. Like, no,
It
Chief.
won't.
This is me.
So I'm checking out this guys. They're like literally, and I was like, no, you go on the Uber app, you see the motorbike selection is the cheapest, right? It's like 18
Yeah,
rands,
yeah, it is.
and it's hilarious.
So wait,
So I'm like,
you're
with
confirming that
helmets and
you
everything.
can ride a bike as an Uber now.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can.
Often
It's
it's
official.
called Uber Motor. It's officially live in Johannesburg, Etequini, and Tshwane as well.
Yeah.
But guys, have you witnessed the amount of accidents the motorcyclists, the delivery guys get into?
It's
They
bad.
say that, yeah, I know.
It's like
I know.
they don't have side mirrors. Those things don't exist.
Those are the concerns that I have. I'm gonna
Yeah.
get to those concerns. But the reason why they're doing it, you get to swerve through traffic faster. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's
Where you rushing? Where you rushing off to?
cheaper and faster.
Your life. Yeah.
You know what I mean? So man, I'm checking. First of all, the motorbike that I'm being introduced is not working. Okay, it stopped working
Start working. Yeah.
in the middle, and I'm like, what is going on? First of all, so you got your helmet on. They both had helmets, so now you have to put it on a helmet. You have to do. I'm like, come on. All for the sake of it being cheap or what, guys?
Nah, guys, no.
I don't. In certain countries where like riding an Uber riding a motorbike as an Uber would make sense. Where there's chock-a-block traffic.
Yes.
Some countries in Africa, I would like to mention Angola, Nigeria, Ghana,
Yes.
Congo.
Yeah,
those
I saw
countries
that.
where there's no traffic control. It makes sense.
It
to have
works.
to, it makes it
Yeah,
works. Even as far as
practical.
Thailand, as far as
Yeah,
Asia,
even Thailand,
those are
Asia.
normal models of transport. But like in Zanzibar, I don't see that as a reality.
I think down here in Southern Africa, we don't
Yeah.
have that.
We don't have that
Yeah.
problem. They're trying to fight congestion and save money, but we really don't have that problem.
not a
I don't
serious
think
thing,
it's a
yeah.
practical and a safe solution for us.
If anything, I feel like it's going to be detrimental to the brand, to the Uber brand, or to the Bolt brand, because at some point it's going to
I don't
become
think
an issue.
Bolt
It's gonna
hasn't
become-
caught on yet.
Oh, it's
I
only
think
Uber.
just
As
now.
luxurious as they presented
to
themselves, they
check.
decided to give us motorcycles.
Sure.
But I
you
think
know-
that's going to be quite detrimental to the brand. Regarding, the amount of accidents I've seen delivery motorcycles get into, and now you're looking at it license and being considered as mode of transport for passengers,
It's crazy.
It's going to be a better. Yeah, I don't know how it's going to work.
Yeah, also, because those guys, sometimes when you see that, you know what, I feel for those guys. They frustrate me, but at the same time, I feel for them. Because now, those guys, the amount of accidents they have, just so they can deliver your food on time.
Yes.
So you see, the guy on the road, when I'm on the road, I'm angry at them. But when I order the food, I'm like, hey, this guy here is coming. You see where my...
So it's a catch. It's a catch.
You know what I mean? It's a catch. Yeah, like, so when I'm on the road now, I'm like, hey, shame. Because I used to get frustrated, like, brother, what are you doing?
You say 10 minutes.
Like, what are you doing? You know what I'm saying? Like, but now it's like, no, man, because sometimes when you bump those guys and you actually stop them, and they don't even say anything most of the time.
They don't talk.
Yeah, we don't talk. Maybe because of language barrier, because most of them are foreigners.
I'm gonna get to that point now as well.
And they're also illegal, so they don't talk much because probably they don't even have a license. You know what I mean?
That's the other problem, because to ride a motorbike, all you need is a learner's license, and that on its own comes with the safety concerns to other drivers who need you to be well aware on the road and know the rules of the road. But if all you have is just a learner's license, then you're not worthy to be on the road. Also, there's a PPE license that needs to be issued. So I don't know if Uber
there's a
will
licensing,
have a PPE license for the motorcyclists who are transporting people.
You know,
if they don't have the license, then there's actually no point in.
We got a lady called Roberto who's from Uber that can join us. I'm not quite sure. Did you contact them? Or you haven't contacted?
She's not joining us today.
Oh, she's not joining us today. Okay, cool. Because she's from
Hopefully
Uber.
she's
gonna come. She's gonna come and let us know, like, what are the roles in Ubers and what are the licensing that they do. Because now, it's you're putting people's lives. You know what I mean? There's a special license. I forgot what it is called as well. Yeah. Besides the PPE.
The PPE license.
License. No, there's another license that you have to take as well. That all the transportation has to take if you're like the driver yourself.
Yeah,
you need a special license, PDP or something. I don't know, but I'll find out.
I think it's the PDP. I use the wrong abbreviation. I think it's PDP because I said PPE. PPE was
Oh, it's the other one. Okay, cool.
The
yeah, but PDP is an essential one.
It's very essential.
But so I'm thinking.
Well.
Yeah, man. I mean. It's just, I don't know, man. I would never take one.
I'm so skeptical of this. I would never.
And for the longest time, I think, I don't know when this was introduced, but for the longest time, whenever I saw a passenger on a Uber motorbike, I always thought they were working together. So one person would get an order and they'll go drop that order together. That's how most of the guys used to do it. But now that you're saying it's become a mode of transport,
man, yeah, that's crazy, eh? That's literally crazy. I don't know how. I don't know what to say. So with that one day, because now you have to put on the helmet first. I
wonder if it will perform well. Due to the economic.
That's the thing. You don't know
financial constraints. That is it something that will actually perform well, or people are just going to mize it and be like, no, we'll stick to the other rides, the normal rides. Yeah, Bajaj.
The Bajaj. But I don't understand why people can't just take the Bajaj.
Yeah. Honestly,
I really don't know.
It's a lot less risky than being on a motorcycle or motorbike.
Yeah.
And you have to hold on to your driver.
Imagine running late. But guys.
You do. You have to hold your driver.
Yeah,
I don't think you can just...
Where are you going to hold?
Oh, yeah.
You hold the waist.
You have to hold the waist.
I'm going to have to hold the waist.
You don't have a choice.
And I'm going to hold on tight if I ride that thing. So what's going to happen now? Now imagine I'm comfortable in some man's waist.
Imagine.
Guys.
Early morning, there you're holding
I'm holding on tightly.
Chief, don't let go.
And my wig with the helmet. No, guys. This is not
That's what I witnessed.
This is not the one for me. I'm sorry. No.
That's what I also witnessed. I'm like,
I would take a taxi.
That's why I thought those guys were a couple.
You
see what I mean? I thought they were a couple.
It's
giving couple
because I'm holding you for dear life. No, I'm okay.
That's how crazy it is. So I don't know, man. I don't know.
I've heard Uber driver hygiene is not on par, so you can imagine holding on to this man for a 30-minute drive.
Hey, Rob,
because they work so hard and they're constantly having to work, so it's like
now you're bringing other things as well. They're noticing things.
Major concerns. Major concerns.
Yeah, man.
Now I'm holding on to armpits, and the armpits are just guys.
The Bogart Morning Show, that's where you are. To download the Bogart radio app. Let's have a chat on the morning show, man. And speaking about chats, we are talking about Uber motorbikes. So Uber has introduced a new way of transporting people, which is a motorbike. Not only they're not going to transport your packages now, they're also transporting you as a human being also. So so Uber Motor is what they're calling it now, is officially in Johannesburg, eThekwini, Tshwane, and the idea is a quicker, cheaper way to move through traffic.
Sure.
You know, you got your helmet on, everything, and you gotta grab the guy. You know what I mean? Like you're you're on a motorbike. I think they should also like do like an executive one, maybe on a motorbike. You know, maybe get a Harley Davidson or something like that. Yeah, it kind of look nice.
And chill on the side there.
Yeah, it kind of look nice that way.
They must give you options. Do you want speed or do you want 150 kilometers per hour? 50 kilometers, like
Different
Yamaha bike.
options.
Yeah, don't you think that would be cool? I think that would be cool. You know, but hey, that motorbike will be very fast. I won't lie, it will be very fast. So yeah, man. So we got Masentle here on the Bogart Radio app. Shout out to Masentle. She's always there. She's one of our best listeners.
Yeah,
as well, man.
shout out to her, man.
Shout out to her, man. And she won last week, hey, on the.
Was she the winner?
No, not this week. I think the previous week on the Echoes of the City. So yeah, definitely good people you can win if you tune into the morning show as well. I think we're gonna be giving out prizes as well. Right? Yeah, I hope our producer can, and the other lady Kotbongi as well can allow us to do that. Will you? Next week, are the people gonna win? Okay, cool. Okay, cool.
Putting you on the spot.
That's gonna win.
It's not up to me.
Give them the gift. Give them what they need.
Yeah, give them something, So Masentle says that I'm not entirely sold with this Uber motor. While the idea of a motorcycle or ride hailing service sounds convenient, I have concerns. First of all, her first concern is that safety. Riding a motorcycle, especially in a heavy traffic, can be hazardous. Of which it is hazardous. Remember I told you about the guys, they're always, and I just think maybe they drive it the wrong way. Because maybe I haven't driven a motorcycle before, but I think they drive it the wrong way. She says that I'm worried about the lack of protection and increased risk of accidents.
Yes.
And the second point is that comfort as well. She says that I'm not sure I would want to ride a motorcycle in the rain.
Exactly. Or even in the cold.
Yeah, huh? And then another point is regulatory concerns, which are motorcycle rides, e-hailing services regulate. Are they regulated properly?
Yeah,
other drivers.
I think that's a license thing we're speaking about.
Yes. She was even saying are the drivers adequately trained as well and licensed? Which is a big concern, actually.
It is a big concern.
Because also I think just to add on to that, over and above obviously using the transport, the mode of transport, you need to be trained. You need to have people skills. For instance, if I would get onto your bike, you need to be able to tell me, this is where we're going, this is how we're gonna go. We're gonna travel this amount of time. Similar to how you do when you get into a car. Your Uber driver will check in with you. Are you okay? Would you like music? Anything else to keep you calm? So I don't know if those add-ons will come on with the motorcycle, where you just hop on the motorcycle, put on your helmet, and you go.
No, I think the drivers would have to explain, but I'm more worried about, remember guys, we use Uber or Bolt, especially when you are from a gig, or you were drinking, right, and you don't want to drive. So now if you want to request the bike and you lit, imagine being on, like, the drivers are going to go through a lot as well. I feel like having to explain that to someone who's maybe a bit intoxicated. What do you say to someone who's just ready, having an amazing time and climbing on your bike? They're in the zone, and you're trying to make them sit still. I don't get it. I don't get it. But
really crazy.
Yeah, I hope, guys, if you're intoxicated, don't request the bike. Yeah.
My conclusion is just
might just let go.
So you might just let go and be like,
I believe I can fly.
I believe I can fly there. Please don't do that to yourself.
Because
you're gonna get hurt.
When you're on that Hennessy, man, you feel
you're gonna
a whole lot of
you
things,
feel
man.
alive.
You feel alive, unstoppable. Like, I can do this, So it's very dangerous. At least in the Uber, you're locked inside.
You're locked inside.
Nothing can happen. Child lock, you know what I'm saying?
Exactly. So I don't. For those. For the night riders. Let's chill there.
Yeah. What's your guys' first experience with Uber? You remember the day you first got an Uber?
I actually do, because I'm not even from here. I'm from Mpumalanga. So the first time I went on an Uber was probably like 2021, guys. It's recently.
2021.
Yeah. I've never had a reason to really be in an Uber, because I'd usually drive with my car to come this side. So I'd always drive around. Okay. But 2021, I was like, nah, let's request. Let me try. And it was pretty nice.
And you?
No, I can't recall my first memory.
Yeah, because obviously you're within.
I've been. I was literally trying to remember my first. No, I can't recall.
Actually, I remember it clearly, because I think it was back in 2016.
Sure.
I think it was 2016.
Uber's been around, Mas.
Yeah, no, it's been around. So it was the first time Uber in South Africa.
Yeah.
So me, it was also puzzling me, and somebody put me on. No, I actually saw the app. They were advertising on Instagram. Then I'm like, oh, I can just, because I didn't have a car back then. I actually wanted to go buy a car.
Oh.
So then I was in Johannesburg CBD, so I needed to go to Pretoria to get it.
To go get the car.
So
nice.
I ordered this car.
Yeah.
I'm just thinking it's a taxi.
Yeah.
Now they've got an app for a taxi. Yeah, let's
Cool.
do this.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like private taxi.
We're thinking
let's
like
do
a
this.
meter taxi vibes. Or
So
just,
back then
Yeah.
there wasn't Uber Black. It wasn't like the segregation. There was just Uber Black. Then that was it. So I booked the Uber, and I see this Mercedes-Benz showing up.
Damn.
Guy in suit. He's suited up and everything. Like it was professional. Like back then it was like wow. And I'm like, what? I'm like, you here to pick me up? I was like, yeah, you Ronnie? Because I used my Facebook. Yeah, I got the ad of Facebook. I signed up. It's like, are you Ronnie J. Driz? I'm like, yeah, that's me. Got in the car, luxury car. Like it was a Mercedes-Benz. I think it was an E-Class, like one of those latest E-Classes. I'm like,
Sure.
wow. Okay, cool. Then we drove to Pretoria. The whole time I'm just like, what? Is this it?
Nice.
This is too nice.
This is nice.
This is too nice,
Yeah.
and not many people knew about Uber back then. It wasn't like it wasn't there, like it didn't even exist. And then the downside of things is that I kept on ordering the Uber because now I was like, yeah, I'm gonna show my friends. They don't know about this. I'm gonna pull up in a Mercedes Benz. So it was quite exciting. Like, okay, cool. And even my friends are asking me like, yo, bro, hey, you just pulled up in a Mercedes Benz, bro, and you got a driver. I'm like, yeah, I got a driver, guys. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, driver. Because it's the prices were insane. Nobody would actually get it, especially when you're in Joburg CBD. When you're in CBD, that's where the entertainment sectors are. And you arrive like that. Okay, so years went by. 2021. Now there's Uber.
There's a lot.
There's
hooked
there's
up
Uber
with the
X.
Guts and
There's
Go.
Uber, the cheap ones. So now everybody keeps on saying, yo, yeah, Uber is cheap. So somebody was ordering a ride and it was like so cheap. And I'm like, how come yours is cheap and mine's? And they was like, no, I spent years ordering the Uber Black. I didn't know that there was an option now. You see, that's where the problem is. I'm like, now it's crazy. Now I'm paying hundreds and hundreds. Now there's a Toyota Corolla now that I can just get to get to the supermarket or whenever. It's crazy, So that's my Uber story. So that's how I remember exactly why my first time Uber, because it was amazing.
Mercedes.
And it's Mercedes, guys. Even now the Uber Black now is not what it was.
Really?
It's not as
Corolla
nice.
Uber Black.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Sure.
Yeah. It's not it. It's not it, man.
That's why it's not it.
Yeah, it's not it, man. All right, cool. What else we got in the trending news here?
We have a major outbreak in South Africa, guys. This is happening in the beef industry. So the beef industry took a massive hit. It's an outbreak of a foot and mouth disease. Yeah, guys. So the biggest kettle foodlet in Africa. The facility houses over 145 kettle and supplies beef to major retailers, butcheries, and restaurants across the country. So this is giving COVID. I don't know.
Yeah, but
I don't know.
I think
It's-
food's amount is quite prominent during the winter season,
Yeah.
especially really. I think it's I don't want to say it's maybe we are reaching by calling it a pandemic or an outbreak, an outbreak, because
We're
I
reaching
know,
that.
I know foot and mouth similar to bird flu. It has been
It's been around.
It's been
No,
around.
no, it's been around. Yeah.
And sometimes when it comes during the winter, it's just farmers and people in the agricultural sector need to take safety precautions. But generally, foot and mouth is a common thing. I think it's a disease that cattle, cows, or just general herd animals go through during the winter season. Also, the grazing and the gazing is not the same as you would in the harvesting season.
Yeah.
So it definitely has an impact on the cattle. I think more specifically, it has to do with the weather over and above mistreatment or
Is it?
Yes.
Okay.
anything
Because I
like
never
that.
could get it, or because the only time that I would hear about this foot and mouth is through the borders. Because also through the borders, I don't know how it affects humans or whatever.
Exactly.
Because
No, there
the
isn't
borders,
much.
you go through like a scanning thing for
Yes.
foot and mouth, so that they I don't know if there's a cleansing or whatever they do there. It's also like the foot and mouth, and then most of the farms they also got where the cattle goes through, and then they go through like a like a dip. They dip them or something like that in water, and then they go. Because that's the only time I was witnessing the foot and mouth. But now it seems like it's getting serious.
It is getting serious, and every time I
Yeah,
just
but
see
not-
the word outbreak, I just have PTSD. Like every
Yeah,
time
COVID.
because
COVID got you.
COVID got me. Like I just have PTSD because they're saying that despite strict biosecurity measures, the virus was detected on the 30th of May, 2025. So it is something that was recently discovered or seen that this is a problem now.
So just in case you're not aware of what foot and mouth is, or the symptoms that come with foot and mouth, in case you might have somebody around you, in case you might be feeling some of the symptoms, here are some of the symptoms to look out for foot and mouth disease. Of course, there's a fever, which would be hot and cold. There's a sore throat. So all of these are obviously relating to winter sicknesses. Obviously, you'll be feeling a little bit sick. There'll be painful. There'll be a lot of pain. There'll be blisters. There'll be blisters on the tongue, gums, and also, of course, inside your cheeks. And there'll be a rash on your palm, soles. Also pretty much on your buttocks. So you need to look out for some of these symptoms. You also experience a loss of appetite at some point. So if you're experiencing any of these, fever, sore throat, feeling a little bit sick, a little bit dizzy, loss of appetite, just try to take the necessary medication. I know there's a product called Rehydrate, which almost not I'm giving them free advertising, but it's something that really works.
You got no choice at this point. Like, we got to save the people. You know what I mean?
So yeah, just take the necessary safety precautions. Like I said, foot and mouth does come with the winter season. So as much as it affects the animals, it definitely has repercussions on humans as well. So just be as safe as you possibly can and be wary of the symptoms.
And speaking of repercussions, I mean, this outbreak also does disrupt prices. So
definitely.
yeah, it's something that you can just be aware of.
You can't just braai now.
June
16th around the corner. You can't just.
And we want to braai, want some braai meat.
Hey, Chief, we're okay with the chicken. We can buy that one. It's fine. I tell you, we're not stopping braai because
we're not stopping braai.
Not here. I told you the Holy braai is part of the Holy Trinity in South Africa. Okay,
it really is.
In Mzansi, okay, it's the alcohol, the braai, Springboks, and then the other. That's the Holy Trinity.
I mean, beef is already expensive
you know?
enough. So I wonder how
expensive.
it is. It's not cheap to buy. I wonder how bad it will go. Well, hopefully not too bad.
Yeah, we can even make voros of chicken. It's fine. Bruvos of chicken. It's fine. Yeah,
it tastes like bruvos.
Don't worry.
It will taste like chicken.
As long as it looks like.
Yeah, as long as we about the braai.
But it will look like.
The braai is very important, okay? All right. The time is exactly 13 minutes past the hour of 10 o'clock. When we come back, we're going to have Who Carried the Song. Today, we've got an exciting one. Head over to our Twitter poll and vote. What do you think carried the song? Isaac at 6 a.m. Who carried the song? So what we do this every day in the morning, we post a song and then we say who carried the song, whether it's the singer or it's the producer or maybe it's the DJ on the song. You know, they all play different parts. What did Jazzworks do on this song?
He worked, Baba. He worked.
So he was also part of the production because Jazzworks has got a lot of hits on.
He's a producer.
Yeah, he's a producer.
Yeah.
He's also got what's that other? Yeah, he's also got the one with Thompson as well.
Yeah, quite a few hits.
Okay, cool. So, right, let me announce this. A pause over here. All right, let me see here. All right, so we got 18% voting for Tukutela and then 0% for Jazzworks. And then we got 81% people saying, look here, brother. It's him, 81.8%. He's the one.
He's who he thinks he is.
Yeah, no, he's exactly.
He's him.
He's him. No, definitely. He's on point with that one, hey? Yeah. No, shout out to him, man.
But do you think while doing music and that, I feel like a lot of our listeners don't give credits to the producers.
No?
Yeah, that's why we put them there as well.
There will always be a back and forth between the producers and whether the vocalists on the song, that who actually carries the song. Is it the beat? Because we are bumping to the beat. Or is it what is being said on the song? You know,
would it be in a normal song? Would it be a song without the lyrics? If we just had the beats.
Me personally, as a vocalist myself, I'm always on the vocalist side. Sorry, I feel like the vocals of a song, the lyrics, I feel like they really carry the song. Not disregarding the beat, not disregarding the producer in any way, because at the end of the day, that's the foundation that's being laid.
Oh, it might even. Yeah. It might even be the guy who created the TikTok dance, guys. You guys are undermining Paul.
No, but see, I must agree with you, because I do.
You know what I mean?
With this lyrics, there's a sense of a relativeness. You can relate. You can relate to the song
exactly
easily. It obviously brings about certain amount of emotions, happiness, excitement, sadness. So lyrics, more than anything, do back up a song. But I think more if you go further in terms of the visuals, when somebody's watching the visuals, they actually see, I only see these are here. So that means this is his song. When you don't see Jazzworks in the background, and that's when it comes down to votes such as these. People would normally lean towards the vocalist.
Because they become like the
forefront.
The forefront, you know. I get it.
All right, cool, man. The time is exactly 24 minutes past our 10 o'clock. When we come back, we're gonna head over to Rob's with some sports. If you missed it for the first one. Good morning. No, he was also a songwriter.
He said he put Drake on.
No,
Yo.
he wrote for Drake.
Running.
He was a songwriter. He was a ghostwriter
What
as well.
song is that one?
No, ghostwriter. No, he wrote a lot of songs and
Kiss Me
produced
Through
a lot
the
of
Phone
songs.
for Drake.
No, not Kiss Me
No,
Through
but
the
I
Phone.
mean, like,
Yeah.
I'm listening to Kiss
No,
Me
no.
Through
The
Phone.
thing is, with ghostwriters, like you can write your own song and have nothing to do with that.
Sure, I see. Oh, so
Like,
you write
you know
it
what I
based on
mean?
your personality,
Just
but
like
somebody else.
Yes, just like how Jay-Z wrote the song for Dr. Dre and Snoop Dogg, still Dre.
Yeah, sure.
You know, still Dre,
Okay.
but you won't believe that it's Jay-Z.
Doesn't
That
give,
who
doesn't
wrote
give a
it.
He doesn't
Jay-Z.
give Jay-Z.
Yeah.
you
So
know what I mean?
ghostwriters practically go according to what you say, like the personality and your style. So
Yeah.
they write. That's talent to be able to
Big
just
time.
write.
Exactly.
Based
That's why.
on
That's why
that.
Soulja Boy is actually like very powerful.
I
in the
wish
music
he'd write for
industry.
himself as well as he did for other people.
No, he's writing well for himself. What he's doing, you know, for what he's doing, you know. Come on, man, you are bro. Come on, man. Like that guy was the one, guys. you can't tell me
Soulja Boy, tell him.
that's not it, bro. That guy, no, guys.
Yeah, no.
Don't play with Draco like that. Don't dim down Draco. All right, cool. Let's over to the sports. Add on to the Formula One, the movie. It's also coming out, right?
Oh yeah, the one with Brad Pitt.
Yeah, it
Yeah,
looks
it
amazing.
was
eh?
heavily criticized, but after the Formula One drivers had watched it, they were actually coming out and saying, "Brad Pitt, you might as well become a Formula One driver." That's how well you
Yeah.
acted on that movie, and of course
Is
it's
it?
Brad Pitt. We can't expect
That's Brad
anything
Pitt.
less.
Yeah,
man.
it is. He's
And
good.
what's the other guy's name as well? There's
It's unfortunate there's a black guy and I forgot his name.
yeah.
Actually, very unfortunate.
Yeah.
But he's
Yeah,
also
but he's a good
also
actor
star.
as well,
Also
so
a main
it's-
star as well.
Yeah, because I saw those actors. I'm like, what? It's F1, Warner Brothers. Okay, cool.
Yeah, and they went
Must be
forth.
something.
They went really, really well. They shot a very good movie.
All right, cool. It's 27th of June, just now. It's going to be in theaters. I'm going to be the first. Now, that I'll buy a ticket for, to be
Yeah.
honest with you.
Yeah.
All right, cool. When we come back, we're just going to cover another series of Nandipha. They should just make a Netflix already. Starless Rhythms, exactly where you are. It's the Bogart Morning Show, ladies and gentlemen. And lastly, on the trending news, I'm not quite sure it's the last one, but Nandipha Magudumana takes fight actually for the freedom of court to the Constitutional Court. So she's saying escalating her legal battle in the Constitutional Court, seeking to overturn the Supreme Court's appeal, which is the SAA's dismissal of her bid to have been arrested and the deportation from Tanzania declared unlawful. So I was having a discussion with some other people and say, look, if that one is regarded as unlawful, they might not use the evidence that they have in court, and then hence she can be granted bail or maybe even a release.
Sure.
So I don't know how far that loophole goes, because personally I don't know, because it can't be. Nah, it can't be.
It can't
Even
be.
if we let you go to say, okay, fine, it was unlawful, but there you
But the
are,
evidence
you
is
committed
there.
a crime over there. We got that evidence, so we're gonna arrest you again.
Yeah, but you see, her argument, she's fighting all the other charges. Remember, right now we're going through a process of Nandi and Thabo Bester trying to decrease the time in prison
Decrease the time,
for as
correct.
long for make it as least as possible. So all the other things,
Thabo shouldn't get even if we decrease.
were in
Thabo is
prison
not getting it.
already.
What? Yeah, we understand you're human. Yes, fine.
They just want to decrease the
But
sentence.
bro-
So there's a lot of attachments from the initial crime. There were a lot of crimes that they had committed that they never considered and said maybe just this might come in and bite us in the butt at a later stage. So all those crimes, in fact, what the judge and what the prosecutors have done, they said, okay, we know what the main crime is, but what did you guys do in between that has led to the main crime? And that's what they're being prosecuted for.
Yeah.
And that's what Nandi's argument is. But no, you guys arrested me because I abided Thabo Bester to escape prison. So leave all the other things that I've done and let's worry about the prison escape and what happened in the prison. But now you're thinking, but you left the country illegally. You're a flight risk. There were so many things that she did that were illegal.
Exactly.
That has now brought her, but that has now led us to, I don't want to say ignore the roots problem. Now we have to focus on the stem, we have to focus on the
Yes.
branches. Literally, she's opened up a can of worms
I'm
that
telling
no
you.
one else can eat.
Sure.
Yeah.
Not even herself.
Like,
So
yeah.
what I'm seeing regarding the pending trial is that Nandi and Besta are actually facing 38 charges. So it means that with them, so that's a lot, including fraud, corruption, and defeating the ends of justice.
So you can imagine that each case or each case possibly has about 10 years attached to it.
10 to 15
10
years.
to 15 years. Imagine that. So
my
that's
goodness.
at least serving 2 or 3 life terms in
2 or 3
prison.
lifetimes.
Just give up, like, guys. Even if we take off the 15 years, you're still gonna save the other ones.
Never mind
Maybe-
the time that you're serving before it.
Yeah, you know. No, for Tabo, no, bro is sticking inside. Like even people in America know about this guy's story. That's why I was like, there should be a Netflix series or something like that. Netflix should really.
Did you get his laptop?
A documentary about
yeah,
them.
he got. I think he got the laptop. Yeah,
Got a laptop.
I think so. Did he?
I'm not sure.
Because
Because he's been quiet. I'm sure he's cooking. He's been
cooking.
quiet. I'm
Yeah,
sure
he's
he's cooking something.
I'm
He's
sure
doing
he's
some
cooking
deep
He's
research.
cooking.
Bro.
But you know,
Yeah.
I'm very worried, guys, when it comes to the loopholes in law. That I guess now they're practically saying that it matters how the evidence was obtained or how you get taken from one country to the next. You know, to be arrested or whatever. So you can literally stand in court and fight that no, how you obtained this evidence is not legal.
Yeah,
That is crazy.
You know,
to have grounds to do that.
Speaking on the Nandi case, there's another case. I think it's the asbestos case that's currently going on now. Port
Yes,
Mashatile. There was a lady that resided in the United States, and she had to be introduced back in South Africa. I think she was Port Mashatile's right hand woman. Do you know them? Assistant, yeah. She was brought back, and also in court they're arguing the same thing. Why did you extradite me from a country to bring me back to be prosecuted in here, whereas the law protects me to be protected in the country where I was residing in. So similar I say the similar stance that Nandi's taking with the whole extradition
It is a similar
from
stance for
Tanzania
sure.
back in South Africa, saying no,
Yeah.
but the laws in Tanzania protect me from being extradited. Why do you do it? And it's now unlawful. So like there are loopholes like you've mentioned. There are loopholes, and I think as citizens, I think that's one thing Tabo Best is doing right. That's why Tabo Best asked for that laptop, because he wants to find those loopholes and say no, but your court of law says this, and here's what I applied, and by me applying this, it means
because
I'm
he
not
has no
guilty
lawyer,
for
by
this.
the way. Yeah.
100%. He pretty much says his lawyers are failing him. You know.
Yeah, that was the standard to get the laptop in the first place. But okay, sharp, it's fine. How did you enter this country? Were you illegal in there? You know what? If I was them, I was like, okay, fine, we're gonna take you back then. You're fine, you've won, but we're taking you back to Tanzania so that they can arrest you.
But now
and stay in there.
the law in Tanzania doesn't prosecute the same way we do in South Africa. So the law in Tanzania will be a lot more lenient on Nandi.
Might protect them more.
Might protect them a lot more than would you. Remember Bishop, what's the name? Bushiri.
Yeah, Bushiri, yeah.
Remember what he did when he went to Malawi.
to
The law in Malawi did not the judgment in Malawi is not as strict as it is in the High Court in South Africa. So the prosecution process there will not be as it would be here. So here we find him guilty of certain crimes, but there it's like you're Prophet Bushiri. God bless you. Please carry on with your work. So it's tricky, bro.
Nah, man. Speaking about Bushiri, who was I think one of the MK party leaders, what's his name?
Shivambu.
Chivambo. Has been seen, you know what I mean? They stripped him.
I think he was he held the highest position in the MK party.
Yeah,
And when
they
now you
stripped
decide
him
to
of
go get
that.
blessings in a place you're not supposed to get the blessing in. Now those blessings have turned into into the hellest of hell. He's lost his position. He's being heavily scrutinized. Also, a lot of parties in the GNU are really questioning and thinking. But MK, how do you let somebody go to a person who committed illegal crimes or not illegal crimes in the country? But how do you let your secretary general attend his services? What's the reasoning for it? You know, and people are coming out and saying there were things in the back door that are happening that did not sit well with government. Of course, the DA is taking this and thinking, chief, we're going to blow this.
We
Yeah,
smell
they're
Tabo
doing it for
Besta.
sure.
Something's happening.
Something's
You're cooking
happening.
something. So Flo Shivambu,
crazy.
like right now,
It's
is
crazy.
sitting and licking his fingers and thinking, oh, why did I do that mistake?
The
He
prayers.
literally had the biggest position and possibly the third biggest party in the country, and
Yeah.
you've lost your seat in that position.
Yeah, man. But a shout out to MK party also coming through, you know what I mean? But they got, I'm not taking sides here,
That
but
family business.
they, you know, they might just like do it just so it quiets down, but they're gonna bring him back. You know,
You think so?
You know how it is. Come on, man. They got. I want to say ANC tendencies. I'm not saying anything.
Well, I mean, look, Zuma's daughter's not supportive of it. So, and you know, if she says no,
No, she's happy.
Okay.
If she says it's not happening in the MK,
It
it's not
probably won't
happening.
even happen. Yeah.
Oh, wow. Okay.
It's a lady.
That family business is tightly.
Oh, it's
run.
tightly run.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Yeah,
Can't just.
that's why.
Can't
Nah,
just.
that's why. Yeah, no, that's why it's he got stripped off nicely and quick as well. All right, cool. When you come back, we're definitely gonna head over to the birthdays. So if you know someone with a birthday, or if it's your birthday, you can definitely let us know, and then I'm gonna give you a shout out right here on the radio. Good morning.
Yes, we have our birthdays. Shout out to you if you're listening. It's your birthday today. The birthdays we have currently are Angelina Jolie, who is turning 49.
Oh, Miss Tomb Raider herself.
Yeah, Miss Tomb Raider. Hey,
Yeah,
49.
49, imagine
Really?
that.
Almost 50, eh?
Only.
Practically.
Yeah.
But we
She's
round
been
it
in the
off.
industry for a long time. Huh?
She's really been in the industry for long. And she doesn't even look 49.
She doesn't even look 49
Doesn't even
at
look
all.
49
But okay, shout out to her, man. Okay.
And we also have Russell Brand. He's also turning 49.
My favorite.
Yeah.
I just like how he's
Funny guy.
he's just a
such
funny
a comedian.
guy.
Yeah. And then
He's
my
a funny
favorite as
guy.
well, we have Keith David. He is turning 68.
Oh, Keith
Yeah.
David. No, he's a legend. Nah, he's a legend, man.
legend.
Really, he's an American actor. He is known for his deep voice and screen presence. Over 300 roles in films. What?
Imagine
300?
that. 300
What a
roles is a
catalog.
Stage, television, and interactive media. You know Keith David, man. Yeah,
he was
no,
in
but it's-
Wakanda, no? He was in Wakanda, wasn't he? No, he
Wait,
wasn't.
no, he
It's
wasn't.
not Wakanda. No.
Although, yeah, it sounds like he was actually.
Yeah.
Those
It would
200
suit
movies
him.
are out. Yeah, it would suit him.
It would suit him.
Yeah, but there's plenty of movies that he's in, man. Yeah, but he's definitely an outstanding
Sure.
kind of like guy, man. Oh, quite interesting. Well, shout out to him, man. And it's also Central C's birthday, man, ladies and gentlemen. You said he's coming to South Africa?
Yeah, he's coming out. He's been added onto one of the headliners for Hey Neighbor. I think it's himself and Doja Cat that are part of that, so it's going to be quite interesting.
It's going to be.
Oh, yeah, Doja Cat is
I
going
think
to be there.
I think Central's on Friday and Doja's on the Saturday. And then
Oh, is it?
Leon Thomas, if I'm not mistaken. But yeah, it's going to be quite interesting Hey Neighbor.
Where's he going to be? Hey, neighbor?
Hey Neighbor, somewhere in PTA, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah. It's around PTA.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would love to go to Hey Neighbor.
Yeah,
I've never
definitely.
been there.
I think
Also never
last year,
But
the
it
first
seems
Hey
like
Neighbor
it's
we
a-
had last year, Kendrick was, and that was exceptional.
looked
Yeah,
awesome.
that was.
really dope.
That's why I said, it sounds like it's a proper thing that that
I'm
they-
going, but to the Doja one, not to the Central C, which is quite disappointing.
No, we want to go see Zandile because
Zandile
Zandile.
is
We're just
see
gonna
Central C, man. Band for
see
band.
Zandile.
Go band for
guy.
band. Come on, bro.
Come on, man. But no, it's clean, man. But yeah, man. Shout out to Central C. It's gonna be his birthday today, man.